77,777 of you sexy bastards have gently molested that subscribe button, and now, here we are. If you're one of those people who supported this channel in any way, shape or form, from the bottom of my beard, I thank you. In fact, you deserve a tickle yourself. There you go. You're welcome. In this video, we're of course going to do some kind of celebration. I like to make them a little bit different every time. So in this one, we're going back to the roots of Total War. We're going to be playing the very first ever Total War games that are the reason I'm here doing this right now. If there were no Total Wars, I'd probably be playing Fortnite and you wouldn't be seeing me. Only joking, I'll never be playing Fortnite. Don't worry. Let's get cracking. So we begin with Shogun Total War, the very first Total War game ever made. We're just going to do a custom battle. I'm going to figure this out as I go. I have not played this before. Mongol Invasions or Sengoku Jedi. I guess we'll go with Sengoku. I think the Mongol Invasions is the DLC. That's right, this bad boy had DLC. Okay, what's going on here? So this is my faction. I can choose to be the attacker or the defender. I'll be the defender so that I can push towards them. Otherwise they'll just sit there. I can turn enemy armies off. Make them the attacker. You can choose random units, so I guess that's the same as auto-gen. These are my funds. I can give myself 50,000 compared to their 5,000. That might be a little bit unfair. These are my factions. I have no idea which one I'm choosing, so that one's fine. We shall move on. We've got an army and a defending army. And we got some sweet maps. Bingo. Bitchu. Sounds like a good map. Harima. Hida. They're all kind of looking kind of similar. Is that one in the sea? Totome Yamamoto. Okay, that'll do. We'll go with that. Okay, what have we got? Expert, of course. I'm a pro. I should be pro at this game. And I've never played it before, but we'll give it a go. Okay, here we go. Let's build this army. What have I got? I've got some ninjas. Fuck yeah. These are all my units up the top, I guess. These are all the ones I can choose. Kensei. I have no idea. Got some horse archers. There's honor, weapon, and armor at the top there. I don't know what that means. Yari Samurai. My Shogun 2 knowledge going to come into play here, so I know what some of this stuff kind of means. I want a Kensei. He looks cool. I have no idea what he does, but he's expensive and I want him. It looks like I've got all spear units, to be honest. Let's get me a Kensei. There we go. We got all these things above. Honor, weapons, and armor. Gonna assume that's leadership of some kind, and then weapons is damage, and then armor is, well, armor. So it's kind of self-explanatory. Quite simple. This is the enemy army. We'll just leave them as they are. We'll go with this. We're 1 unit smaller. We've got a 5-unit army, and they've got a 6-unit army. That's how small this game is. Oh, simpler times they were. Simpler times, it looks like. And I think that's all there is to do, I guess. So we'll go for it. Oh, I think I had money to spend there. Whoops. I had 269. I think that was actually my money. I should have paid more attention. Oh well. We're going to go into it disadvantaged. Here we go. Look at this battle map. I feel like we're playing Thrones of Britannia. Although the map looks better. It's basically the same, to be honest. Okay, first thing is that the camera is disgusting. I can't use WASD. I've got to use the arrow keys. I can use the right mouse button to kind of free look around. That's a bit very strange. Ugh. Oh, it feels so weird. Nope. Okay, let's figure out these units. I got my cavalry back here. How do we move them? Left click. Okay, weird. Left clicking to move stuff. We can still stretch stuff out. That's good. Oh, we can still make the good old Phallus of Doom. Happy days. The Phallus of Doom has been there since the beginning. Oh, fucking hell. We can make a proper spaghetti line as well. That is a proper cavalry charge, but we'll keep it a little more realistic. Okay, so cavalry out on the flank, I guess. It's so weird, you have to kind of move around the map by like moving and then turning. There may be something I'm missing, but okay. Just trying to get a handle on these controls. It's very strange. Let me just mess around with this a bit here. Mess around with a few buttons, see if I can figure these controls out a bit better. But it does make you appreciate the control system we have today and how much more fluent it is. But then I guess you never know. When this came out, maybe this was like a groundbreaking control system. Maybe this was considered an amazing control system back in the day. And this came out in March 2000, so it's nearly 20 years old. Maybe some of you played it when it first came out. Do let me know in the comments if you did. I'll be interested to know if there's anyone who's been around playing Total War that long, who's maybe played them all. Okay, let's get my Yari boys out front. I've got some Naginata as well, which are kind of anti-large as well, I guess. Doesn't seem to be any kind of unit stats or anything, so not sure. I'll put my ninjas in the trees. They're concealed in the trees. Are they concealed in the open? They are. Okay, so ninjas, they basically have Vanguard deployment. Well, I don't know if they do, actually. I don't know where the deployment zone is, but they have Stalk, I should say. Put it that way. They seem to, anyway. I guess the enemy... Oh, that's the edge of the map, I think. Don't know where the enemy army comes from. We'll put our ninjas over here, though. Maybe they can get a cheeky flank on. Get a proper little ninja ambush. We'll try that out. Oh, dear. What am I doing? Okay, and then we've got my Kensei. Oh, he is one single dude. See, heroes... We're talking about Three Kingdoms, heroes being a new thing? No, it's been going since the first one. Obviously, they had them in Shogun 2. You had samurai heroes and things like that. But now we got the Kensei. Okay, the battle is underway. What am I doing? I don't know how to... Oh, it's so strange. Trying to drag... Oh, okay. We can do all of this, apparently. Don't know how I opened this menu, but I did. And it looks like we got the usual controls, fire at will, melee mode, etc. Let's move up our other units. Try and get more of a solid line. No, I don't want my ninjas over here. Stay over there, ninjas. Hang out in the field. Man, this is so weird. I'm trying to drag box and things everywhere. It's just not working. Let's try and find the enemy. Oh, here they come. Oh, cavalry charging straight at us. They are not messing around. Ready yourselves, lads. Luckily, we've got loads of spear kind of units. Our archers can blast them as well, and our Kensei can cut them all to pieces. Move our horse archers up. Try to get them firing a little bit ahead. I don't know if they're going to skirmish. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know how advanced this Total War is. Here they come. Are they going to charge straight at our spears? They are. Good to see that the AI hasn't changed in 20 years. They still charge their cavalry into spears. Go on, son. Let's get them in there. There we go. Give some attack orders. My Kensei's in there. Go on, son. Chop them down. Horses are dying. Got my archers going as well. They're reloading, so they must be firing as well. That's helping out. Looks like we're taking this cavalry apart. Still lots of them in the trees, though. And the rest of the army is coming. I can't seem to go over there any further with the camera. We're taking out this unit, no problem. Mostly because they're charging into our massive spears. I mean, I assume units work the same, you know, spears are anti-large. Swordsmen are better at taking out infantry. I assume all that stuff still works the same. Even back then. Here they come. What do they got? Naginata cavalry. Musketeers. Can't see those. Maybe ninjas. We have well and truly destroyed this cavalry unit. Okay, let's pull back. Come on, lads. How do I select you? That'll do. There's my Kensei as well. So they're running for the hills, quite literally. The cavalry doing some good work there. Oh, we may have lost one cavalry somehow. Okay, we're just going to play the defensive game apparently. Mostly because I don't know how to move my army forward without doing it as every individual unit. Oh, there's quite a lot coming. Okay, there's a fair bit of cavalry. Some Yari Ashigaru and more cavalry. And the musketeers. Oh dear, we've only got 3 units. I think that extra unit... But I forgot how small my army really is because I've got a unit of ninjas, which are quite small, and then my Kensei. So my army is really small. And I think I missed out on a bunch of money, so I should probably have an extra unit, really. I probably could have afforded one, but I done messed it up. I cannot get used to these controls to save my goddamn life. Or my men's lives. Come on. Oh. Oh dear. It's not looking good, I'll be honest. It's so difficult to move the camera around, to look around. What are they going on? Alright, let's get my ninjas coming in. Maybe my ninjas can get the musketeers. Sneaky ninja musketeer attack. Get my archers going on this cavalry. I think they're firing. Good. Here they come, lads. Ready yourselves. More cavalry charges. Straight into the front of us. I mean, the AI can be forgiven in this game that it's charging into cavalry. Because, you know, it's the first one. And resources were very limited back then, I guess. But there's no excuse for now. My Kensei's still in the woods chopping. Look at him go. He is just hacking horses down. Go on, son. Oh, he's put another one down. He's an animal. Where's my ninjas? They're on their way. Here we go. We can get into the back of these musketeers. Attack, lads. They get some ninja fucking action. Uh-oh. Are these musketeers lining up? I'm not sure they're lining up my ninjas. We've broken those horses by the looks of it. Pull back, lads. Maintain the line. Get in there, Kensei. Here come the ninjas. I think they're going to make it. Oh, they're going to get into the back of the musketeers. Perfect. Look at this perfect flank. Perfect ninja flank. Here comes the Yashiari, Arigashu, Rashu, Gashiaru, whatever they're called. Go on, ninjas. We can't see them because they're in the trees. The general has been killed in battle. We took out their general. Happy days. The morale has been reduced. Go on, ninjas. Look at those ninjas go. I don't know if you can see them. They're so goddamn small in those trees. But they are hacking down musketeers. This battle has gone wonderfully. Mostly because the cavalry ran into spears. If they flanked round, we'd probably been dead. But luckily, flanking AI wasn't a thing back then. Still isn't, half the time. Bring in the cavalry charge. How are we doing? A few horses knocking around in the woods. My ninja's still in there taking people out though. Go on, ninjas. Oh, I guess that's our favour bar up on the left there. Oh, there's so many buttons at the top. I didn't even notice those. I was too busy with the controls. Fire at will, hold position, engage at will. So I think it's all just the stuff that's normally at the bottom of the screen. But it's all good. We didn't even need them. Well, our ninja flank was nice, but everything else was pretty easy, to be honest. Cavalry, we just stood there, basically. Chopped them down. I think we got this. My first Shogun Total War battle has been a success. So many dead horses. This is as close as I can zoom in as well, so can't really show you the sweet graphics on these horses, but sure you don't mind too much. I'm not sure why the battle isn't over yet. Something's returning back there. Get my ninjas. So it's the Oh, there we go. Never mind. Victory is ours. Last man standing. Destroyed all enemies or routed off the field. Condition of defeat. Army destroyed or routed off field. No kidding. There we go. We've won our first Shogun Total War battle. This is where it all began. It's actually not too bad. Apart from the silly cavalry charging into the spears, but, you know, it's a 20-year-old game. What can you expect? Here's our stat screen. Heads taken. That's a much cooler stat than just straight up kills. Honor gained. Men lost. Men. Just one. My ninjas only had 1 men. Whatever that means. No idea. But there we go. This is where it all began. Shogun Total War. Now let's move on to the next one in the series, which came out in 2002. Medieval Total War. Oh yes. Viking Invasion as well. That's some DLC, I guess. This is the screen for it. But it's Medieval Total War. The second game, as I said, coming out a couple of years after the first one. Again, we're going to do a custom battle. Oh, Vikings, early period, high period, late period. Whatever the hell those things mean, we'll just go with the Vikings. I wouldn't mind playing as some Vikings, to be honest. Let's have a look. Ooh, okay. So kind of a similar setup to last time. We'll be the defender again. See if we can both be attackers and we'll make us attack each other. Mercians, Northumbrians picks. Vikings, Welsh. I'll be the Vikings, of course. We'll face the Mercians. Sure, why not? I think that'll do. We'll maybe pick our units this time rather than random. Oh, somebody needs to be the defender. That'll be me then. Okay, lots of sweet maps again. There's castle ones. Does that mean it's a siege? I do not know. But we'll keep it simple. That'll do. There are a lot of maps. Deserts. Viking castles. Bulgaria. Arsuf. That'll do. Okay, I'm an expert, obviously. In the summer. Change our terrain. Arid, rocky desert. Lush will do. Okay. Well, here's my sweet Viking units. Okay, let me build me some armies real quick. So, I made my Viking boys. I'm going very aggressive. I'm going for the rush army. I've got lots of axes. I'm going to rush up. They've got more troops than us. They've got a lot of cavalry. I didn't give my army any cavalry or any missiles. We are going full melee troops, full frontline destruction, and lots of defending the flanks because we don't have any cavalry. So that's why we got lots of spears. Okay, here we go. Look at this. It's very similar to Shogun Total War in terms of the unit cards and things. The pictures are tiny. You can't really see which unit is which. And of course, you probably noticed that this is in like 4:3 resolution, or ratio rather. No 16:9 back in these days. Let's try and line up my front line a bit here. So I've got a bunch of Huskarls, who are of course axe-wielding maniacs. And then I've got Yoms Vikings, who are another tough Huskarl type unit. I think they're one of the strongest units for this faction. And then I've got some Berserkers as well, and then lots of Spearmen. So we are going to get messy on the front line just as soon as I figure out how to make a front line a little bit more effectively. And it's kind of funny that it's the same deployment system that we have now in Warhammer and Three Kingdoms and all the recent Total Wars, but there hasn't really been any improvement to make it easier. We're still having to individually arrange all of our units. We do have some auto-made formations, but they're never really very good. Three Kingdoms actually had an okay sort of auto system where you could just select all your units, drag them, and it'll put them in a kind of useful formation. It'll put your spears at the edges and the cavalry at the edges, missiles behind and things like that, but there should be some way in modern Total Wars to create custom formation settings for a specific army build. They could tie it into your saved army builds. It would make so much more sense. It's something I've tried to push in any feedback that's been asked of me and other people by CA, just to make our lives easier on the deployment zone, because it can take a while and be a little bit tedious to have to set up your army all the time. So if there was just a custom button formation, you can just whack that and it'll put your army in the formation that you saved. Oh, it would be wonderful. Hopefully one day. Anyway, for now, I've got all my axes up front. I've got all my spears behind. I've got some flanking stuff on the back. We can actually zoom in a bit more on this one. Let's have a look. Still got a silly camera though. There's my Yoms Vikings. Oh, it's actually saying excellent attack. Very strong charge. Okay, so it's giving us the stats as it changes. See, armored spearmen, they're armored. And then underneath their name it changes. Weak attack, so they have weak attack. And a very strong charge. Okay, so that's how it tells us the stats. Interesting. That's kind of funny. You just have to stare at a unit for a minute and read all its different things. You can't see it constantly. What about this music though? Fuck yeah. So we're marching up against this fairly well balanced army I built. I gave them lots of cavalry, gave them some missiles, gave them some spears, some infantry. We'll see what they can do with it. I have no idea how to move my army up other than just to click and hope they move in the formation. Luckily it has worked. There's no kind of alt shifting and moving your army around. Although I don't know what's happening right now. We're okay. Here comes the enemy army. Not very well organized. Oh cool, I can even hold spacebar and see where my army's going. Nice to know that was a feature. That's made it a long way. Goes back to 2002. So the first unit is going to run into my Yoms Vikings. And they are going to get thoroughly plastered. Get ready, lads. Want to get our charge bonuses in, if there is such a thing. And these are only spearmen, so they should be no problem for our crazy Viking boys. Get in there, lads. First engagement. So I've got some berserkers over on this side. Some peasants. Don't know how I think I accidentally brought the peasants. I didn't mean to bring them. They snuck into my army. Let's try to get the flank on with these spears. Got so many spears back here. Let's get my Vikings all engaged. Try and get all their charges off. We'll give attack orders. Might as well get those spears. Lots of cavalry on the right. Looks like we're holding them at bay for now. Don't seem to be pushing us. We'll form little back lines just in case. There's 2 or 3 units out there. Let's try and flank around with these ones. Let's engage all these spears. Some of their better stuff as well. Go and protect against these cavalry and flank round with our berserkers. This is looking good. Depends how well our boys do against their boys. They do have some tougher infantry in there. They're not just spearmen on the front line. Here it goes. So it's quite a vast improvement, I feel like, over Shogun Total War. Our berserkers going in now. Just got to try and defend that big cavalry flank on our right, and we should be okay. Let's fall back a little bit. Berserkers are in there now. Look at them go. So all my stuff is all the white flags, and all the enemy stuff is the blue flags. Got these spears round, getting a little bit tied up. Come on, lads, push. It's funny how my commentary is basically the same as it is now. It's strange that it's lasted 20 years, that it kind of works all the same. I can still comment in the same fashion. All about flanking, stopping cav charges, anti-large bonuses, spears, stats. It's all there. They're about to engage us. I sent my peasants in to try and slow that cavalry down. I'm assuming that we should break their front lines eventually. We've got this flank in the back now. Hopefully that'll give some kind of morale penalty. Again, don't know if that's a thing in this Total War, but that is the usual way it works. Oh, the cavalry's sneaking round now. We might be in trouble here. If they get round us, they might start hitting my front line in the back. So we're holding a bunch of it off. My berserkers are still going in there, going mental. They're going after horses. They don't care. They'll take anyone on. Our Viking thralls. I'm a little bit nervous at this point. I might need to bring some spears back. That cavalry is coming heavy round the flank. Come on, lads, you boys. Time to go make yourself useful. Where are these boys going? Oh dear. Still got cavalry over here to deal with. Got my Yoms Vikings in here. This is their general, I think. No? I don't know. I don't know which one's their general. I don't know how to tell. There's lots of cavalry behind us now. This is unnerving. Looks like they're running towards my spears. Come on, boys. You need to get in there. Attack. Attack. Oh, the enemy general is fleeing. The Mercian general is running for the hills. This could be it. This could be the game changer. The momentum we need. There's so many bodies. We got into this cavalry with our spears. Perfect. They brought the speary bait. And there we go. Looks like everything's running. Just got to finish off the cavalry. Although the favour bar above the map there, I assume that's what that line is anyway. The green and red bar. I guess that's the favour bar. It's still pretty even. Get a few close-ups. There's cavalry and spears in action. Quality stuff. So there we go. This is Medieval 1. Don't forget, the very first Medieval, the second Total War ever made. Oh, what's going on here? They are absolutely poking the shit out of this horse, but they cannot kill him, and he is going at them as well. Just invincible horse. I think we're killing the cavalry slowly. It's hard to tell. A few units coming back. We'll need to rout them off. I mean, we've got their general fleeing, so should be the end of it pretty soon, I would think. No idea where my general is, or even who he is, to be honest. I think the cavalry is slowly dwindling. But there we have it. Total War, or sorry, Medieval Total War. So it's always the period that comes first. Shogun, Total War. Medieval, Total War. Now it's the other way around. Total War is first. Total War Warhammer. Total War Three Kingdoms. So interesting name switch. I wonder if they always intended it to be called Total War, or whether that's just the name that they kind of eventually stuck to after making it Shogun Total War. I wonder. The Mercian general is fleeing. We know this. We thought he already fled, to be honest. Guess he came back. So this is Medieval Total War. We've of course had Medieval Total War 2, which went down very well, and many people will say it's the best Total War. I can only assume that we should expect Medieval 3. I know many people, we always joke about it, When are you going to announce Medieval 3? Is often a comment on their YouTube videos. And don't get me wrong, I'd love it myself. I played a bit of Medieval 2, not a great deal, honestly, because I went back and played it after Rome 2 and things were out, so it was a bit dated compared to what I was used to, so I didn't play a great deal, but I did enjoy what I played, and I would certainly enjoy Medieval 3. I enjoy the period and the time, so it would be cool if we did get Medieval 3 one day. But other than Warhammer, there is no Total War that's gone to a 3 yet. We've had Shogun 2, we've had Rome 2, we've had Medieval 2. We've not had any historical third game, shall we say. So maybe they don't want to. Maybe they will break that mold. We've obviously got Troy coming up. Total War Troy. We've got Total War Warhammer 3, as it was always planned as a trilogy, so we know that's coming. But then what? Where will they go next? I feel like they'll remake an older one. Because we had Three Kingdoms, which was a separate thing. It wasn't a remake of another period. I feel like it could be a remake of Medieval 3, Shogun 3, or Rome 3. I think Medieval 3 is the most likely one, because it's the oldest. But we'll see. Who knows what they have planned. Viking Hussars still got some work to do here. Got some spearmen to finish off. Let's check out this charge. Line up, lads. Let's try and get a good angle on this. They are ready for fucking murder. These spearmen aren't going to know what hit them. Charge! Look at their glorious animations. They're outnumbered, but they're Vikings, mate. This is my usual angle. Getting a good shot. These spearmen are dwindling quick. Worried by so many casualties. There we go. That's them gone. That's got to be it, surely. Still, the favour bar is still very red. Come on, surely we've got some cavalry coming back. This never ends. This is worse than Warhammer. We've got units just hanging about at the edge of the map that have routed off. Goodness sake. Come on, lads. Go and finish them off. So my Yarms Vikings and my super aggressive Rush army has worked this day. If the cavalry was a little more on it, they could have flanked around and hammered us in the back. Probably would have taken us out, but we did have a lot of spears, to be fair, so we probably could have defended it pretty well. But look at all the dead. Look at all the poor little 2D dead. There we go. Battle 1. Last man standing. Defeat the enemy army. Make sure your army isn't captured, routed, or killed. Well, we did that, so there we go. Men killed. Ah, no more heads taken. Oh, I think that's the men per unit. I don't know. There we go. The second ever Total War, Medieval Total War. Now let's move on to the last one in this video. 2004's Rome Total War. Now, technically, this is the first ever Total War I played, but I only played it for about 5 minutes, and I wasn't very good. I didn't know what was going on, so I gave up. So that's why I always say that Shogun 2 is the first one I played, because it's the first one I actually put time into. But we're going to do Rome Total War. So this is, again, another one that people seem to regard quite highly. We'll just go with this map. That'll do. Macedonian ruins. We've got all our factions. The House of Julii. Got a whole bunch of Rome factions. Macedonians, Egyptians, Parthians, people of Pontus, the Germans, Britons, Dacians. Oh, I do like a Dacian. Do like a Folkman. Scythians, the Spanish, Thracians, and no faction. No faction. Can I just play as a bunch of rebels that are just nobodies? Weird. I guess we'll just stick with this. House of Julii and Carthage. Okay, let me put some armies together so you don't have to watch me do that again. Okay, here is my Roman army of dreams. It's pretty balanced, to be honest. I've got some strong frontline units, Praetorian Guard, and also have some incendiary pigs. Incendiary pigs. What that even means, I don't know. I've also got some kind of ninja Romans, apparently. There's all sorts of cool units I never know existed. I've given the enemy army some strong infantry, some elephants, so they'll be fun to try and deal with, some skirmishers and things, bit of cavalry. So we'll see what we can do. All I've got is incendiary pigs. That's all I really care about. I want to see what they can do.
Today we face the mighty Carthaginians, brave men and worthy foes. They have been led here by strutting fools and blustering morons. Now they will pay the price. We have a slight advantage in numbers, but no lives can be thrown away today. We cannot afford such profligacy. Their elephants could be a threat, but nothing that bravery will not counter, seeing as we have a lack of skirmishers.
Is he actually comparing our armies and telling us how to beat them?
And at the last, brave Romans, I say this: strength and honor to you all!
That's a pretty cool little thing that he kind of knows our army and the enemy army and how to beat them. Let's take a look at our pigs a minute here. No, these are just actually pigs. Just straight up pigs. Are they going to light them on fire? I can only assume those pigs are black on their backs because they're going to be lit on fire and that's oil on them or something. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough for those piggies. But now we can at least get some close-ups of some of our boys. Here's our Roman Praetorian Guard or Praetorian Cohort. Some Triarii. Good lads. So there's our army. And yeah, in the speech it was comparing our army to theirs, saying we had more troops than theirs, saying that they had elephants and we had needed to use skirmishers to take them down. So it's pretty cool that it does that. It recognizes the army. I don't know why that wasn't a continued thing. That's awesome, I think. That would help people out so much. It would tell them how to win as well. Oh, we can use boxes. Good. We can use draggy boxes. So this is the first Total War, it seems, where the more modern things are coming into play. We can drag boxes to select units rather than having to press on them. Let's put our sneaky boys over there. Okay, I'm not going to deploy too much. I can't be asked to faff around with this a great deal. Keep our pigs ready to deal with those elephants. They can scare elephants, apparently, those incendiary pigs, so that's what I'm going to try and do with them. I've got a few... Oh, these are good boys. I put some waster units at the front, some meat shields, and I've got some strong infantry. I've got lots of triarii and some cavalry. Now, the enemy has a bunch of spears, some frontline units, some elephants, bit of cavalry, bit of missiles. So two fairly balanced armies. We'll see what we can do with them. Got Roman archers. They are ready for action. We've got our javelins as well. They're going to be key to taking down those elephants. We'll get them ready as the elephants seem to be on the right hand side. Got to focus them down early or they're going to mess us up. So we'll start to move everything over to this side to try and counter those elephants. Otherwise, they may run amok. Our infantry should do okay taking on theirs. I don't really know the units, of course. I know the Roman units a little bit because of Rome 2, but I never played as Carthage, so not too sure about them. Lining up my javelins. I have fond memories of... Well, it sounds really bad when I say it the way I was going to say it. I have fond memories of slaughtering elephants with javelins in Rome 2. Fiery javelins, no less. But disclaimer, slaughtering elephants is a terrible thing. Don't ever slaughter an elephant or I'll come and slaughter you. Let's keep it to the game, yeah? Good, I'm glad we cleared that up. So everything's coming. These elephants are coming out really wide. So they're going to go up the hill, which is probably the worst place for elephants to go, but alright, go for it. If it's going to slow them down, that could be good for us. Or it could actually be bad for us, because if they come to us in the late game when we're a bit beaten up, we could be in trouble. So, oh, have they got pikes? It's like I accidentally gave them pikes. Stop. Okay, start shooting the pikes. Shoot pikes now. And shoot pikes now. Okay, oh, they're going to run away. So they're actually running away when they're getting shot by missiles. That's better AI. That's what we need. Don't just stand there taking fire. Move out the way. These boys are kind of useless up here now. We'll bring them down. Got Libyan spearmen coming my way. We should be able to cut through those with our cohort. Just got to get fire on the pikemen, because they could be a problem otherwise. I didn't even realize I gave them pikemen, to be honest. Now, I'm playing very defensively and not really moving because I don't know how to move my army, in all honesty. I don't know how to move the whole army up, and I don't want to ruin my formation. So, I'm just going to play the defensive game. Should work out okay for us. They're engaging us. Oh, they're coming after my missiles a little bit. Got to try and keep them alive. They're coming heavy over that hill. There's a bunch of cavalry there as well. We'll try and prepare for that. This could be bad news. Prepare the javelins, lads. Elephants on the right. I've got these legionaries. Let's bring them over here. All these pikes are bastards. Get away from the pikes. Actually, oh, here we go. Attack them in the back. Attacking pikes from both sides is how we need to deal with them. Got these ones in the back as well. Beautiful. Let's get on them. Once we get these pikes dead and these elephants dead, I'm not worried. Oh, my pigs. It's pig time. It's piggy time. There they are. Get those elephants, dogs. Get after the pikemen. Why not? Dogs would be perfect for taking out pikemen if you think about it. Very unlikely to be able to stab a dog before it reaches them. Okay, I think we're doing alright. Oh, we're getting charged in the back there. Maybe not. Got this cavalry. Come on. Chop, chop. Chop, chop, cavalry. Chop, chop, pigs. Oh, the elephants are running away. Oh, no, they're coming after my skirmishers. Oh. Whoa, why are we all routing? Hold on, lads. What the fuck? Like half my army's routing here. What the frick? What are you all scared of? One little cavalry comes over and they're all running for the hills. Where's my... Is that my fucking flaming pigs? Oh my goodness. That is ridiculous. What is that? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. No wonder they didn't make it in the game. Oh god. Wow, okay, I've been destroyed. Just suddenly everyone mass routed. What am I, the fucking chaos? Goodness sake. At least I've still got my ninja boys. Got my legionary cohort hanging on here. Taking on some Libyan spears. But I don't imagine they'll hold on too much longer. Considering how quickly everything else bloody broke. Haven't even done anything to the elephants yet. Come on, you wimps. Who knew the Romans were such wimps? Oh, this is a write-off, this one. I don't even know what happened. Everything seemed fine, and then next thing, done. All the pikemen scared everyone off. What a load of Scheiße. Well, there we go. There's Shogun Total War, Medieval Total War, and Rome Total War. The first 3 Total War games ever made. You can see the progression through them. This is obviously the first 3D Total War, so it's kind of a bit more interesting to see the jump. In 2 years as well. It's a pretty big jump to go from the 2D flat animations to this full-on 3D experience. But there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. You have my eternal gratitude for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, being part of the Discord, being part of the streams, any part of this community that you are involved in, even just watching the videos. I thank you. Without you, this place would be absolutely nothing at all. So you keep watching them, I'll keep making them, and we'll keep having a good time. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you, hopefully, at 88,888 subscribers. See you in the future.